Hi. Hello there. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining and welcome to the bonus video where we get all personal, where we get all crazy and not crazy, but personal and more intimate, where you get to know a bit more about me. So you'll know that each and every time when we record a video, we always have like a bonus one. So this is an extra that I felt like it's important for my audience to know and to actually get familiar with, because I would like to engage you as much as possible. And it's so nice to engage someone that you kind of know about and all that. So before we start our video, I just want to send my thank you to my friend Tandy. Oh, she's so amazing. I love her so much. Thank you so much for being our very first guest. Woo! Our very first guest. And we spoke about It's Now or Never. So it was an exciting video. It was beautiful. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for engaging with me and my audience. And yeah, if you haven't seen that video, please go to our on the videos on my channel and check the video that is titled It's Now or Never. You'll get to see more of that. So without a waste of time, please make sure that you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, get someone to subscribe. So yeah, let's get into today's bonus video topic that is more personal. Okay, because every time we do a video, the bonus video follows, and this one is inspired by the topic from the previous video, which is It's Now or Never. And because now we're getting personal, this took me back from when I was still in tertiary. So when I was in tertiary, a lot happened, a lot of great things and a lot of not so great things. And but the most important thing happened, and something that changed my life forever. Like, it changed my life forever, and I'm grateful and I'm humbled for the process. It wasn't an easy process, but I'm grateful and I'm humbled. So I started my tertiary in Northwest University in 2006, because I finished my matric in 2005. So 2006, 7, 8, I was at Northwest University in Mafikeng, and I did my best, and I passed, I failed, I fell in love, I got to be a child, I got to be, a partner, I got to be a student, I got to be a whole lot of things. And along the process, there was a bit of a discomfort in my life, as something that was not going right. I wasn't doing well in my mathematics. I wasn't doing well in my... Was I doing well in physical science? No, Mr. Pereira. If you're watching this and you're in class with me and you know Mr. Pereira, I think I was still a bit struggling a bit with like physical science, but I wasn't that bad. But maths was the major problem for me, and I wasn't doing that great, so it was a bit of a challenge for me. And to a point where I got to pass all my computer science subjects until 2018, like until third year. But because some universities, if you fail a subject, you carry a subject, you have to carry like that, it becomes a prerequisite. So sometimes you get to repeat it second semester. So the first semester, if that subject you did it in the second semester, the first semester, it means unfortunately you can't do it. You'll have to wait for the second semester. So it was a bit hectic for me, and yeah. And I was still young at the time, and a lot of things happened. I got to have great friends. I got to have friends that were just too much, you know, those friends that are just too much. But yeah, it was quite an experience for me. And because I was still that young, making decisions for me was something that was quite hectic. You know, you get overwhelmed with a lot of things that are happening, and but to cut the story short, why I want to share this, I think the word that says it's now or never takes me back to when I took a decision, when I realized that my grades were not that well. I wasn't doing really good in my studies, especially in like subjects like maths. The only subject that I was excelling on, it was computer sciences. I was excelling on that, and that was supposed to be my degree. And I, unfortunately, I took a decision to drop out. I saw some forms, and it was a technical college and everything. And I thought, you know what, I want to take my chances. And at the time, it wasn't an issue of me trying to just move out of school because I'm failing, but it's because I realized that I want to do more technical stuff and focus on more technical stuff like 100%. So like computer science, especially because I loved computers. I mean, I'm a designer. I love being creative and all that. So that fascinated me. And I think when I was doing my foundations at Unibo, that's when I realized that I actually love design, because that was the first time I tried to develop a website when we were doing a subject called business analysis. So yeah, that's what happened. So I had to take a decision to actually leave the institution, because I wasn't performing quite well on other subjects, and decided to go to a college. And I went to Tshwane University of Technology. So what I want to share is the experience was really painful because I had people that supported me. I had someone that believed in me so much that, you know, would encourage me to keep studying and everything, and to even help me buy books and all that. And that is something that I still appreciate to this day, you know, and especially, you know, my parents as well being there by my side. And but when we talk about the word it's now or never, it takes me back to the time when I realized that I am actually not doing well and things are not getting right. And knowing where I come from, the fact that, you know, things are not good at home, I really need to be that change, that person that, sorry, my eye is itching, that person that makes a difference at home. So I had to make a decision to be better, to do better. And I had to drop out and go to a different institution, because also the fees were very high and I couldn't well, my parents, my dad tried all his best to, you know, get me NSFAS. No, not NSFAS, but what is that? Not NSFAS. I had NSFAS for the first year. What's the other one? EduLoan. So my dad helped me and got EduLoan to assist, but you know, things were not getting better, and I could see that, you know what, things are not getting well. My friends are passing and I'm not doing quite well. I wasn't entirely happy on what I was doing. So I took a decision to drop out, and dropping out for me was very difficult because it meant I had to start from scratch, and it was difficult because my friends graduated, you know, and I had to start first year again at another university. And the hardest thing about starting was that, you know, at the time, TUT at Soshanguve campus, there was strike that year, and that strike was just going on. It was raining, you know, when the year starts it rains and everything. Trying to get accepted, it was difficult, to a point where, you know, other days where you would go and then just go back home without actually getting into campus, for that matter. So it was really challenging for me. And the biggest I think the aha moment for me at that point was when I went, I eventually applied, and when I went to, the offices to check my application if it was accepted, and then I looked at my name, it was on the not accepted list. And I just couldn't understand, because I was done with my all my computer sciences for like third year, and from another university, and a top university, doing my degree, even though I didn't complete, but I could have been credited. So I did not leave that. I did not actually um just allow that to just, okay, fade away. I remember I was with a couple of girls that were like, you know what, I'll try in another college and everything, because we applied quite late, I must say. We applied at other colleges, they gave up, and I really did not want to give up. I did not want to see myself giving up. And what I did, I remember, I even got to have a friend called KG, who was one of, the person who was assisting, a student assistant in the IT department. And then this other guy called Shana. I remember that Shana was like, hey, we are busy here, we are eating, whatever. I'm like, I don't care if you guys are eating, I will wait. And I waited until I got to inquire about my application, to a point where the head of that department came in and got involved, because I was not about to leave until I got an answer, and like as to why I was not accepted, because I had done so many subjects. And when the head of department came in, I mean, like, they checked my stuff, and I got credited a lot of subjects, to a point where I had just a few subjects to do for first year, and then I could move into second year. So my point is, sometimes you get to give up in life, or give up on things, just because you think things are not working out, or things are not actually, you're not deserving of certain things, and then you start giving up. I mean, the girls that I was with, they decided to say, we will go and find another college or apply somewhere else. I stood there and then wanted answers, because often you give up on things, and only to find that it was not your fault. It's someone else who made like, who actually was at fault, not necessarily you. So I had to take that decision and stay there until something happened. I was so hungry. I didn't even have money. I only had money that I could save for me to always go back to school, make sure that I register, or I try to find out that my application is, all good and everything. And I remember that I was staying in my grandmother's place in Tembisa, and using a train. I used a taxi at first, and then to a point where my money was running out, and I had to take a train, and it would be so packed and full, and I was like, I don't want this life. I so wanted to cry. I didn't want that life, because it was so packed. You get to be squashed and everything. My aunt will always say that when the train is about to come, she'll be like, be ready, hold your bag properly, because it will be so packed. And I didn't want that life for myself, but I had to, because I didn't have enough money. And yeah, until to a point where I eventually got to be accredited for some of the subject, credited, not accredited, credited for some of my computer skill subjects, and I got to eventually be accepted and got to register. And the nice thing about this is that I got to register on my birthday. It was the 23rd of February, 2009. Yeah, it was 2009. That's when I got to be registered, and I was the happiest person ever. And I'm actually getting emotional saying all of this, because it is a beautiful journey that had its ups and downs. I was a young girl, and I made so much mistakes. I was given an opportunity to study at home, but I didn't do my best. And often I used to blame maths, thinking that I'm not capable of passing maths. But sometimes the attitude you put on something, it's can affect how you perform. or the people you hang around with. I had my friends, but um, some were encouraging, some were really not, and we were all about, okay, we just go and study. But I was not doing things the right way. But in the back of my mind, I knew where I came from and I knew where I wanted to go. So it wasn't an easy thing, failing or dropping out of university while my friends were about to graduate, and even the people that I went to class with. So it was really a hectic time for me. But I embraced that. I'm not gonna cry, I promise. I'm emotional right now, but I'm not gonna cry. It was an exciting yet, a learning curve for me. And me being accepted at TUT meant that I was given another chance to prove myself that I can do better. I can actually achieve what I've always wanted to achieve. And trust me, from that day on, I never stopped believing in myself. I believed in myself and I worked hard, because there were people that believed in me so much, that invested in me, and I got to disappoint. And I had to prove a point, not to just them, but also myself, especially myself, that I can actually do it. I can actually become something, and I can actually, you know, um, be the change that I want to see, be it in my family or in my life. So that's what happened. And um, when I think of the word it's now or never, the fact that I took a decision then to say I'm dropping out of UNIBO and I'm going to a technical college where I'll do something that is more technical and I'll get to specialize on something, I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And maybe someone is watching this and then feels like, I really want to do this. I really want to change my mindset, but I don't know how to do it, or I'm afraid. My darling, my brother, my sister, it's now or never. You're not perfect. You grow, you can be young, you grow, you learn, you unlearn certain things. But when you get an opportunity to reflect and see things in a different eye, don't wait until tomorrow. Start now. Make a difference now. Use this time and do something with it. It is now or never. Thank you.